Alicia Harris, 5 nominations. Alicia went above and beyond the call of duty. I went to be induced to have my 3rd child. It was everything but ordinary. Nothing seemed to go right, and I was so discouraged by the time it was time to push. My epidural hadn't worked for whatever reason, and man, honestly, I don't think I would have been able to find the strength and just push. Even after my daughter was born that day, Alicia kept checking on us, letting us know how great I did. Literally going above and beyond to make sure my husband and I were comfortable and very well taken care of. Like I stated in the beginning, this was not my first rodeo, but it was by far, because of Alicia, the best birthing experience I've ever had, especially when it felt like everything was going wrong around me. Alicia made both my husband and I feel very relaxed during our overnight stay after surgery. My husband was allowed to stay, sleep, and eat with me in my room. She made sure he had everything he needed to be comfortable and not feel out of place or in the way. She would stop in the room, and she never gave us a feeling like being rushed, like she needed to be somewhere else. She chatted with us as if we were longtime friends, which made us feel relaxed and more comfortable. She was working extra hours covering for another nurse on maternity leave, which caused her to miss out on her own anniversary trip to Door County. I would like her to be compensated somehow for losing out on her special plans. I can't thank Alicia enough for the excellent care she gave to our son, Rowan, and myself. This was my 3rd C-section at the hospital, and it was by far the best stay I had. She made sure I had anything and everything I needed. Alicia took great care of Rowan when I needed some rest at night, which I was so grateful for. Alicia was with us through our labor and delivery with our 2nd baby girl. She is truly an angel on earth. We could not have asked for someone more kind and compassionate through a labor that did not go as planned. She encouraged both me and my husband that we could handle anything that happened and help us not to lose faith. She was an outstanding nurse, and I truly feel lucky to have her be part of the birth experience. She is so special and is absolutely fantastic at her job. She went above and beyond what I would expect of a labor and delivery nurse, and she deserves all the recognition and praise for how great she is at her job. Thank you, Alicia, from the bottom of our hearts. Delilah is so happy you could be part of her birthday party. Alicia was working 3rd shift and made me and my mom feel at home when the ER doctor told me I had to be admitted for further observation. She went out of her way to show compassion and make our stay comfortable. Alicia answers questions, called my mom and I by our first names, and went above and beyond in her care she provided. Thank you. Roberta Kelly. On 11/14/2021, my husband was in the ER, and the nurse was fantastic at her job. She didn't hesitate to do all she could for his comfort and well-being. He was in severe chest pain, and she administered his meds, etc., without causing fear to the situation. This lady kept checking on him and asking if he or we needed anything. She did her job like a perfect run machine. I know Roberta has been a nurse for years and had much experience. However, we've had experiences with others, and she went above and beyond. I feel it is a good thing to speak up when someone is doing their job better than the best, and that they are caring when they don't have to. She smiled, gave me confidence, and assured us that things would work out well. I think she deserves a Daisy Award. Thank you. Hua Yang, 2 nominations. During my labor and delivery of our newborn, Hua was there every moment. Right from the beginning, she showed genuine care by making sure I was comfortable. I felt safe and knew I could trust her as my nurse. Although this wasn't my first time having a child, this labor experience was different. This time I felt more pressure and pain. Hua was right by my side the whole time. She was a great listener and helped me with the position changes. I couldn't have had a better nurse. She is one of a kind, and I'm glad she was there to welcome our daughter into our family. Hua was my labor and delivery nurse, and I'll always remember how caring and knowledgeable she was. Hua never left my side during the 2 hours I spent pushing, and was there during my C-section as well. It was clear to my husband and I that she truly loves her job and cares for her patients. Nicole Catcall. I had this wound vac for a C-section, and there was a gap in the adhesive causing this annoying noise that I had to listen to all night following the procedure. I told Nicole about the issue when she came in the next morning, and because she couldn't figure it out herself, she went and got a nurse from another area to help. My sanity was saved. Julia Shetter. Julia is all about baby snuggles, and with this being my third baby, I was very willing to accept the help for sleep. Stacy Creek. Stacy came in for the night shift as I was in the middle of delivering my baby at just 16 weeks pregnant. It was a very emotional time for both my husband and I. Stacy quickly gained our trust as she sat and listened and reassured me she was there for me. As the night progressed, she was there constantly making sure my every need was taken care of and that the room was comfortable. I felt like she became a friend through the night as she continually sat and listened. Never did she have advice or suggestions, just listened and was there for me and my husband. I couldn't have asked for a better nurse that night. She came from Menasha, and I had no doubt that God placed her there that night to help me through this difficult night. She was exactly the nurse I needed that night. I am so grateful for her and the service she gave me that night. Tanya and Rachel Psalm. Like all throughout the country right now, there are staffing shortages everywhere. Our patient acuity and census have been very high on med-surg floor. We too are short on nursing staff. Both Rachel and Tanya came to our department aside from working their regular full-time jobs. They both jump right in and help the nurses and techs. They help in the COVID rooms too, which is really appreciated. This is something that does not go unnoticed, and I could not get through some of my most tough days if they had not been there to help.